Thanks for tuning into our seller interview series. Up today, we've got an Amazon UK site in the health and fitness niche. The site makes right around $2,200 per month in net profit, and the listing number on this one is 40331. Now, we do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the sites they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making your buying decision. We've got the seller James with us today to go through the business and cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Thanks for coming on, James. Appreciate it.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, man. Let's do a quick rundown of the business. Quick summary. It was built in April 2013. We've got monthly revenue of $2,220 a month. That's a 3-month average. We've got zero for expenses, so that's the net profit. The site is WordPress, and it's based on the Amazon UK affiliate program. We're listing this at a 25x multiple, and if you look at the earnings history, it's got steady, consistent growth up until the last few months, and then it seemed to jump up a bit over the last 3 to 4 months. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that's right.
Cool, man. Let's do a quick introduction. Can you tell us a little bit about your background in building or running websites and online businesses, and how did you come up with the idea to start this site?
I basically built my first website about 4 years ago. I was actually working in a construction company at the time, and they needed a website built for their company. So I was also studying computing and IT in my spare time. So they gave me the job of building their website, and from there I had to learn SEO as well. And basically after that, I basically ended up building Amazon affiliate sites. So
you guys started actually building a site for your employer, and then realized, hey, I think I can do this website stuff, and decided to build out some sites. Why did you choose Amazon affiliate sites over like AdSense or lead generation or that kind of thing? I
like the idea of not really having any customers as such, but you were still promoting products. I felt like the Amazon program, I felt I could do better with it than AdSense. I thought I might need more traffic with AdSense, so I thought I could probably make a bit more money for like a newcomer into the industry. So I thought it was a good start. So you were hoping that you could earn more revenue per visitor with the Amazon program as opposed to AdSense, and said, well, look, I don't want to have to get, all the crazy traffic that's required to make money with AdSense. For anyone that's really new to this and doesn't really understand how the Amazon affiliate program works, can you break that down a bit? Like, what happens when people go to the site? How do you make money? Basically, they go to the site. Normally, they're coming to the site pretty much ready to buy. The keywords the site targets are buyers' keywords. Basically, then they will get recommended a product, obviously the one that they're looking for, and basically they get sent to Amazon, and that's pretty much it. And anything they buy, whether it is the product the site promotes or anything else, I get 6% commission on. Gotcha. So you're currently at 6% on the Amazon program, and it goes all the way up to 8.5%. So one of the interesting benefits, if someone's already at, let's say, a higher percentage and they buy your site, they get a baked-in bump, right? So they'll get more earnings out of the site right away. So there's some upside for someone who already is doing some Amazon stuff. Tell me a little bit, without giving the exact niche away, tell me a little bit about why you chose this niche in particular. There's two reasons. Basically, I was really into my fitness. I still am a little bit. So, the fitness niche, it made sense to go into it. And also it's basically tick the right boxes in terms of quite high priced items. So, it helps earnings a lot. And there wasn't a huge amount of competition. There's a little correction. On the Amazon UK affiliate program, there isn't different commission structure to the US. So basically, at the time, you would only get £7 per item sold. That was an upper limit. So I think that put a lot of people off. So there wasn't really much competition. But that is now removed now, so it's a lot better. Cool. I didn't know that there was a £7 limit. Yeah, I can see how that would be of less interest. So it's cool to see they got rid of that. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about why you're selling this site instead of just keeping it or growing it even further. Basically, I've gone into business with my brother, and we've got our own batch of business websites now, similar, Amazon and a couple of others. But basically this site is my personal site from before I started the business. So it's not getting much attention these days. So I thought rather than let it just deteriorate over time, I'd, sell it to somebody who can actually do some work on it. Cool. Okay. So I think I get it. You're going into business with your brother. You've got this personal site still kind of hanging out, but most of your time is being devoted towards building out sites and new businesses with your brother. You might as well sell this off, let someone else kind of take it and run with it, since you're not going to be devoting a time to it anymore. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Okay. Now, are you just doing affiliate stuff, or are you getting an Amazon FBA? What kind of business are you building? I've looked into the FBA. It's not something I'm probably going to do this year. I'm looking into more paid paid traffic for making money. But yeah, most of the business is based on Amazon affiliates still. So yeah, it's just a few side projects as well that are testing different ways of making money.
Cool. Okay, tell me a little bit about what your plan is for this cash when you sell. Are you going to put it in the other business? Are you going to go on vacation? Are you going to sock it away as kind of an emergency fund? What are you thinking?
A combination, really. It's going to be, a lot of it is probably going to go into the new business. We do have an employee now, so we've got to pay him, and I would like to take on a VA or something. So that obviously will cost as well. Also, there are some side projects, paid advertising, paid traffic and all that. It does cost a fair bit each month, so probably we'll need some for that as well. But yeah, it's always good to squirrel a bit away as well, so I'll probably keep a bit safe.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, man. Well, congrats on your first employee. Let's talk a little bit about the site history. So it was built in April 2013, which as of now in December, that is a little over 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago or more. Tell me about the trajectory of the business. Was it like an immediate winner? Did it take a few months to kind of get rolling? How did it start off?
It took quite a while to get going. I initially built it as a test, really, to see how much a site could earn without using any links, just pure on-site SEO. And I left it. I mean, it was earning about $100 to $150 per month. And I left it for around, 10 months before I came back to it. But in those 10 months, I've been working on other sites and using backlinks to build, more Amazon affiliate sites and had good results. So I thought, why not just do the same on this site and see how it goes?
Gotcha. So originally you didn't do any backlinking to the site at all, left it for 10 months. You're building other sites in the meantime. You did use some backlinks and you're getting more traction with those. So then you went back to this site and said, look, I better build some backlinks. What kind of backlinks did you build to the site?
I started with my own PBN, and then I added basically over the course of 12 months, I added links, content, and a handful of paid directory links and some blog comments. And yeah, that was it really.
Gotcha. Okay. So right now it has blog comments, it has other links that you'd build just around the web, and then it still has some links from your PBN. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Tell me what you learned from building the site that just worked. Was there anything that you did with this site in particular that you're like, oh my God, that was awesome. I'm going to apply this to other sites I build in the future?
I suppose just having affiliate links ready to be clicked when someone lands on your site. It does, I know maybe Google might not like that so much, but it's difficult to say, but it does affect the click-through rate quite massively. I found when I basically put affiliate links further down the page or whatever, it didn't have as much of an effect. So it wasn't quite as good.
So you're saying having affiliate links above the fold, kind of right there when you click to the site, seems to be much better than having them further down the page.
Yeah, it is basically like a classic niche site. But it's got an informative table on the first paragraph or the first few lines, but it does really seem to work well. It does pick up a lot of clicks.
It's always a balance, right? You don't want to just obviously spam the site with a ton of links on the first page and make it look really bad. At the same time, you don't want to bury the links down the page to where no one's going to click on them. So, trying to find that balance is, I think, important. You have a good looking site. Overall, if you just came across the site, it's definitely a niche site but in terms of the content, I think it's quality. I also think it's presented well. It looks good. Not like some of the sites that Joe and I had built 3-4 years ago. Not looking great at all. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
James, is there anything you tried with the site that just didn't work, that you thought was going to be a winner, and then when you implemented it wasn't happening?
I tried to pick up people's emails at some point just to see if it worked or not. I didn't have very good success with that. I don't know. I guess some people weren't really coming to the site for to be a regular visitor. It's not something that they would particularly come back for. It's something, I suppose it's like a pre-sale sort of thing. They want confirmation that they're making the right choice in the product that they're buying. So that didn't really work very well. Also, I did crunch some numbers about maybe paid traffic. It just didn't add up really. So I didn't really get anywhere with paid traffic either. So it's all organic at the moment. Yeah,
that's a challenge, I think, with Amazon affiliate sites and paid traffic. Trying to, you got to get enough of a piece of the Amazon deal to make it worth, paying for traffic. Are you finding any success with your brother on the other sites? Are you doing any paid traffic to affiliate sites and getting any traction, or no?
No, we're not doing any paid traffic on affiliate sites, but yeah, we are doing some on other sites, but no, not with Amazon.
Yeah, I just
doesn't seem to work out.
Yeah, I just don't think there's enough margin there. That's one of the problems with drop shipping sites too, is that a lot of times the margins are low, so it's hard to make the paid traffic game work. Now, if you're creating and selling your own product and your margins are good enough, then yes, you can get some traction out of paid traffic, but yeah, it's hard for the drop shippers too. When they get it working, it's fantastic, but it's a tougher, I think, thing to get started. Let's talk a little bit about the traffic and earnings. Now, what percentage of the traffic right now is organic? What percentage is referral, direct, or social?
I think it's around 85% is organic. That's all from Google, I'm pretty sure. The rest of it is referral, but it's not very good traffic. I don't think the 15%. There is a bit coming from a manufacturer of one of the products on the site. So that is kind of okay, I suppose. But yeah, apart from that, it's all organic.
Gotcha. Okay. And then, so mostly organic. Is it like a number of keywords, dozens or hundreds of keywords, or are there a couple of keywords that are kind of your main drivers?
There's a couple that are the main drivers. I think it's about 60% from like 3 or 4 keywords. They land on the homepage, and the rest is the traffic is landing on inner pages.
Yep. Gotcha. Anyone looking at the site right now, or they're looking at the listing page, they can see that the earnings have been just kind of consistently going up. How stable do you feel their earnings are? I know we're just coming out of the holiday season, which is, typically bigger for Amazon. What do you predict in terms of like January, February, March? How do you think the site's going to do?
Yeah, I mean, January should be very good. February is normally pretty good too, but it's not quite as good as January. But during the rest of the year, it's fairly solid. I mean, I suppose last year it's got average 2,200. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit better than it was, to be honest. It's improved over the last few months, cool. So I'd expect it to do pretty well.
Yeah, beginning of the year is typically good for health and fitness products, and December is good as well, but January and February you tend to get some traction there too. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. Let's talk about content on the site. How many pages of content do you have, and how much needs to be added on a monthly basis?
I think it's got around 30 pages of content. I think most of it is a mix between product reviews and like general articles about fitness and things like that. And then the homepage. You don't need to add very much content to the site at all. I add probably 5 pieces of content to it per year, maybe the new products that come onto the Amazon site and just some general articles, really.
Cool. Okay. So someone buying the site, they may want to bump up that content in the short term just to give it, a bit of a boost, make sure it's cruising along, and then kind of back down to maybe 1 post a month or so should be good.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the opportunities. Let's say, for example, you were keeping the site. You weren't going to sell it. What would you do if you wanted kind of the least risky path to growth? So if you just wanted to kind of maintain, what would you do to the site?
I would probably tweak the on-site SEO a bit. There is a couple of keywords for the site that are pretty good keywords, and they're just off of the first page. But looking at the site earlier, it doesn't actually have that keyword on the homepage at all, even though it is pretty relevant. So, just a couple of tweaks to the homepage would be probably gain a fair percentage of increased traffic. Also, the main keyword for the site is number 2 in Google, and jumping from 2 to 1 is actually a pretty big deal in terms of traffic. So, if somebody wanted to get, 20% or 25% more traffic, 1 or 2 links might help that on its way.
So for someone buying the site, would you be willing to share kind of the keywords that you have in terms of where they're ranked and how they're doing and kind of your recommendations going forward?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Cool. And then let's say you were keeping the site and you wanted to aggressively grow it. Let's say you wanted to double or triple the earnings by the end of 2016. How would you go about doing that? What would you focus on for the site?
It'd have to be a combination of things, probably. Much more content, targeting bigger keywords. What else would there be? Probably some more SEO, I'd imagine. Yeah, you're going to need some more links to target those bigger keywords, and maybe optimize the pages to pick up more clicks. But apart from that, that's probably how I'd go about.
Gotcha, a blended approach, right?
Yeah.
You need more traffic, you need more of that traffic clicking through and buying stuff, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's talk about some of the risks associated with the site. Now, The clearest and biggest and most obvious one to me is the fact that, 85% of the traffic is organic or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
it's all based on Google traffic, and Google can be fickle. So, you could, you're number 2 in the rankings, if it dropped number 5, that have a significant impact in the search traffic you're getting from that keyword. You've also used, PBN links to the site, right? So, which basically means they are, manufactured links or using it from your own PBN. One of my concerns as a buyer might be that you did use your own PBN and that you could pull or yank those links after I purchased the site. Like, what kind of guarantees would I have that you wouldn't do that?
Well, I suppose, yeah, I wouldn't take them down. because I've got one of my other, 2 or 3 of my other sites on there as well, so they wouldn't be going down. It's going to be staying as it is for, as long as I can, really.
Okay. And then what other risks do you see associated with the site in terms of, a potential buyer buying this?
I suppose competition. There's not a huge amount of competition for the main keywords, but yeah, I suppose that'd be it really. Apart from Google, there's no other risk apart from the competitors you're up against.
Gotcha. Google changes, hurting your rankings or whatever, going down the rankings, that's a risk. Competition, so you get 5, 10, 15 new competitors in there, all competing for the same keywords, the same, customers, that kind of thing. And then I guess, the less risky risk would be, Amazon shutting you down or Amazon shutting down their program or something like that. When you're basing your monetization on someone else's monetization strategy, that's always looming, right? So you have that too. Okay, cool. So that's a lower risk, I'd say, the organic being one of the bigger ones. Talk to me a little bit about the work you do on the site. Now, you're saying you add about 5 pieces of content a year this last year, which is pretty minimal. Is there anything else you have to do with the site?
Generally, I check it every few weeks just for, updating plugins and things like that and removing comment spam perhaps. But
you're pretty good. If you're checking the site every couple of weeks, I don't know, man. I freak out. Like, I'm the one who logs into my account every day. I'm like, oh, how much did I make yesterday? Do you have to force yourself to check it every couple of weeks? Is it one of those things?
Yeah, I set a reminder. Yeah. Okay, it's time to check the site.
Yeah, I'm not checking it this week. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems with running these sites. You all want to see how you're doing. Have you had any problems? Have you ever got any webmaster alerts or alerts from Amazon that something needs to be changed or anything like that?
I haven't got anything from Amazon or Webmaster. I have had plugins when I've updated them not function properly afterwards, which is a bit of a problem. Like one of the Easy Azon plugins was messing up for me, so that might have lost me a bit of revenue. But apart from that, no.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's talk about some additional information or questions that buyers might have. One of the things they'd want to know is, would you be willing to commit to a non-compete? In particular, would you agree to not target certain keywords and not build a site that targets those keywords? And that's one of the concerns buyers have, is they don't want the seller to sell to them and then immediately turn around and compete with them. Is that something you'd be open to?
Yeah, I'd definitely do that, yeah.
Okay. And then in terms of support to a new buyer, we talked about some keywords that already ranked, some keywords that you would target. Would you be willing to give some email support to the buyer? Would you be willing to get on a couple of phone calls within 30 days to kind of walk them through it and talk about what you would do to grow the site out?
Yeah, I'll be up for that. Email and Skype I'll do.
Cool. And then, another question, obviously, if we can get you 100% cash upfront offer, that would be ideal. But are you open to a split or an earnout? Let's say that, someone came in and said, look, I'll give you 70% upfront and then you'll get 30% on closing the deal, or I'll give 60% upfront and I'll give 40% over the next 4 months based on hitting certain goals. Is that something you'd be open to?
Yeah, I'd definitely consider it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So if the right offer came along or something that sounded interesting to you, you'd be open to it. Great.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a kind of a wrap up on the site. Again, the niche is health and fitness. The site was built in April 2013. Monthly revenue of $2,220 a month. That's a 3-month average. WordPress, the site is built on, is the Amazon UK affiliate program. You're currently at 6%. We're selling at a 25x multiple. And again, the site has had steady and consistent growth. James, what's your best pitch in the next 30 seconds or so on why someone should purchase this site?
I think this is a good solid site for anyone who might be new to internet marketing. It doesn't require a huge amount of work. And also it could be a good investment for somebody who's got much more experience, perhaps thinks they can take it on and get a lot more out of it than I have. So yeah, it's good for a wide range of people, really.
Awesome, James. Well, thanks so much for coming on. For anyone listening to this, if you're on YouTube or elsewhere and you want to check out more about this listing, go ahead and click on the link in the show notes over to listing 40331. Again, if you're on the listing page at empireflippers.com and you want more information, including the URL, including earnings history, including traffic, you can pay the 100% refundable deposit, and that'll get you all the information so you can do your due diligence and make an informed decision. Again, I really encourage you to check the site out, 40331. And thanks so much for coming on, James. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.